All right, we are live. I'm going to give it a couple seconds. All right, hello everybody. We are back for another Wednesday night watch along with Take 3 Productions. I'm your host for tonight, Robert Parker, and I am joined by the incredible Cody Newberry. Cody, how you doing? And what do you think of this movie?
Great. This is a complete difference of track that we were on like 4 hours ago. We were about to go raunchy high school comedy, and we went Iron Giant. But I'm actually excited for this one. I was telling Robert before we went live that I haven't seen this movie since it came out. In this community, it's a very appreciated film. Everybody really loves this film. Some say it's their favorite animated film, other than stuff from Disney. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I would actually.
If it holds up.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree. Besides anything that Disney or Pixar has put out, this is my favorite animated movie. So I am kind of in lane with some other people when they say that. But without further ado, let's wait just a couple more minutes to see if we can get some people in the chat, and then we're gonna hit play. So this is a movie that I've seen many, 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 many times. We are watching the signature edition instead of the original theatrical version. I don't really know the difference. There probably is a very small difference. But I think you can only get the special edition available on digital, or the signature edition. And on the Blu-ray, you have a choice between digital and signature. So, it's up to you. But we are doing the signature version tonight. And now, if you are ready, Cody, we're going to press play. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. We're pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play. Back when Warner Brothers was good. Oh, did I say that?
Ooh, hot take.
Hot take.
You just lost the 3 people that were watching.
I did. And we do have one person watching, and I believe that's me. On my other tab.
Congrats.
So we will make sure we post this link in the group. And of course, anybody can come along and watch us. We also got to wait for them emails to go out saying that Take 3 is live.
Isn't this just an Iron Superman? Isn't that what people say?
Yeah. Well, Superman is actually brought up a lot in this movie. Like the Iron Giant himself says that he wants to be like Superman. Okay. So yeah, it's very similar, very reminiscent of Superman. It's basically an alien.
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Is this DreamWorks? Did they do this, or who did this one? Is it Fox?
It was Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. Yeah, I just said that.
No, it's all good. So it was Warner Brothers coming off of things like Space Jam a couple years earlier, as far as like some of the animated stuff that they did in this era.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you can kind of see the animated style.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's very late 90s animated.
No, you don't. I have a special love for animation this style.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, it's the same, obviously not the same company, but it's the same animation style as something like Atlantis, which is a movie I like a lot. But it's the same animation style as that kind of movie.
Would you consider Atlantis one of those underrated Disney movies?
I am a big fan of everything early 2000s Disney.
Wow,
but that's the era that I grew up in. I grew up with that's just my era. And I love Renaissance Disney, of course, but I think that there's a lot of movies that are really underrated from that era. Lilo and Stitch, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, Brother Bear, Emperor's New Groove. Those are my movies. Those are my era of Disney movies.
I will 100% agree with 2 of them.
Which 2?
Lalo and Emperor's New Groove. I think Emperor's New Groove is one of those movies that does not get enough credit. I
I
think
agree.
it is the funniest animated movie of all time.
I agree. It was meta before meta was like really thought to be funny.
Right.
No pets.
It's
Yeah.
almost the same as exact animation style as. Did you ever see that Adam Sandler Eight Crazy Nights?
I did not. I have
Good,
not seen that.
thankful for yourself. But it's almost like the R-rated version of that, pretty or PG-13, I
Yeah.
would say.
Of Eight Crazy Nights. Yeah.
It's just like the kid looks exactly like the kid in that movie.
I'm gonna find that on Google Images. Other search engines are available. Oh yeah, it does
It
look like
looks.
him.
It's just a little bit more updated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy the soul patch went out when it did.
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Thank God. I think we should all be glad that that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I really like how this is sort of like a time period piece of like the 50s, 60s.
Right. Yeah. I wonder why it didn't just like take off, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it can fly.
Oh, I was meaning like the movie itself, you know?
No, I know what you
Like,
meant.
uh,
It found, I mean, let's see. Did it make money? Box Office Mojo.
that's that's interesting. That is an interesting question.
Let's see. It had a budget of 70 million and its total domestic gross was 23 million. So it lost a lot of
Oh,
money. Um, it lost a lot of money.
wow.
Uh,
Explains why Warner Brothers doesn't do a whole lot of animation anymore.
yeah, yeah. Um,
That's insane.
which is really sad because this is an incredible movie that found a big audience like a few years after it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like those movies that find the classic a little too late, where it doesn't. Because this could have been a sequel. I mean, they could have done so much in this universe or
Oh,
another animations.
absolutely. I mean, this is Brad Bird's directorial debut. I mean, he went on to do, Incredibles, Ratatouille, do a lot of good animation, and even stuff live action. Like he did Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, which until the recent Fallout, a lot of people have said is the best. Like, uh, I definitely wish this movie would have made money because we could have gotten more. But then again, would we have wanted more? Because
True.
this is like perfect as is.
Yeah, some movies are okay if they don't get sequels.
Mhm.
Cars.
Yeah.
I also think that with Finding Nemo too.
Yeah, oh, I agree. I'm just not a Finding Dory fan.
Well, it's the same movie. It's just
Good old couch fort.
oh yeah.
Classic.
underrated of the stuff I missed from being a child.
Yeah. He literally just said stupid antenna. Remember when those were a thing?
Oh, do you remember when they were a thing,
No,
Robert?
barely. Nope, not really.
That's my whole thing. Like,
And I'm 20. I'm 20, and I don't really remember
true,
antennas.
true. Well, like I'm even at the time, like, well, I have memories, but like soon, you know, that are teenagers, they won't even remember a time where they had to wait for commercials.
Yeah,
Like,
that's very true. Or even like, I'm convinced people won't remember DVDs soon.
oh yeah,
Like,
I remember having the Netflix DVD
oh yeah, when
service.
when Netflix used to send you DVDs in the mail instead of it being a streaming service.
The funny thing is, like, I took a free trial for like the last, like probably 6 months ago, and I was just like, oh, this is the most inconvenient thing I've ever seen.
Hmm.
Because like I'd watch it, it's 2 hours, I pop it back in the thing, have to wait 2 days to get another movie.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm done with
it
this.
was revolutionary at the time, though.
Oh, it put Blockbuster out of business, and Netflix was born,
Yeah,
and they were at least smart to get out when they could, and so
yeah. Then the modern streaming service was born.
which thank gosh it was.
Yeah, that's an
So,
understatement.
so much stuff available.
I sure remember when I bought this Blu-ray. Um, it was at a Barnes and Noble, and
Oh,
I could either,
people used to read books.
yeah, I was at a Barnes and Noble when they sold. They actually had a good selection, but I could either buy this or I was choosing between this and something that I ended up getting later. I think it was this or like, I think it was the Blu-ray of Treasure Planet, and I'm like, I like Iron Giant.
As a college kid, that's probably not rolling in dough. Do you? How much of your budget do you spend on your Blu-ray addiction? Like of
Uh,
your dude,
the answer is way too much.
right?
Uh, way more than I care to admit. I couldn't
Right.
give you a percentage. I could give you like a number per month that I buy of Blu-rays, but
There you go.
that some of those come from like the $7 bin, some of them are new releases, so they're like 20 something. Um,
Yeah, I'm always like, well, I'm all digital now. Like,
yeah, you're much more of a digital user than I am.
yes. So like, I'm the kind that like gets the movies, and like my friends will either buy the DVDs, and
Hmm.
I will just take their digital codes and
Yeah, yeah,
but like they're so cheap sometimes, like,
the digital.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it's the way of the
like if
future.
if I saw this happen, I would lose it.
I
I'm like,
think, oh, for sure. Like, there's no way that you like.
how do you just stand
Okay.
there? Yeah, like so like this past week or something, I got like three movies
Hmm.
that you could mix and match of like action movies for like probably $10 on Vudu, and I was just
Oh
like,
wow.
that's a done deal. Like I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
But Vudu has screwed me up before.
How so?
One like not paying attention fully, like when you do a mix and match off my phone, like I selected two movies I didn't want, and
Hmm.
I went the ones for the top. Like I went for like Die Hard and Speed,
Oh, sure.
and I accidentally selected Predator Transporter like two or something. I was just like, oh gosh, it's the worst
Transporter
thing.
refueled, something like that.
Oh, terrible.
I saw that in theaters.
No.
Transporter refueled. Oh yeah, 2015, I think.
25th. Yeah,
I think it was
yeah,
2015. That was when I was
2015.
still working at the theater.
I think it was the same year as Agent 47.
It was. I double featured those two. It was the same summer.
Oh,
I did a double feature. No, no, that's not true. I did the double feature of Man from Uncle and Agent 47.
which one first?
Man from Uncle first.
Oh, you could have just walked out of it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
made the action look slow in that movie. I was amazed.
And
Like the
Agent
first
47.
sequence, when the first sequence started, like the bullet, I'm like, this is like the most boring fight I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch John Wick, you're just amazed at what they can do and versus what
Hmm.
that movie can do. By the way, this is a very inefficient electrical place that they
Oh
just
yeah.
literally have a big switch that anybody can just go flip.
Yeah.
Like thought, no, no, thank you.
That can literally just switch the entire town's power on and off.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's
Could you
terrifying.
could you imagine finding an iron giant? Like
That'd be the dream.
the dream.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be crazy. It'd be like fear of nuclear apocalypse,
Right?
but it'd be cool. I believe Jennifer Aniston voices the mother in this movie.
That's 100%. I hear her voice right now.
Yep. So you said, I don't know if you know this or not because you haven't seen the movie in a while. Do you know who voices the Iron Giant?
I think it's like a known actor, right? Is
Huh?
it Gibson? Is it Gibson?
Oh no, 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 no. It's a character who is known for doing the voice of a specific digital character nowadays.
Lay it on me.
It's Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel voices the
I
Iron
knew.
Giant.
Okay, I knew it was like one of those actors that just.
Mhm.
Oh, I screwed up. Mel Gibson's Pocahontas.
Yes, Mel Gibson's. But yeah,
That movie.
Vin Diesel, which like I mean, still he like
So he
basically only.
literally plays a robot. Like
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, it's accurate. He probably could have done the mocap for it too.
Like, could you imagine? You're Vin Diesel, okay? You've been in movies, some terrible movies, but you've been in them. And you get a call from Marvel and be like, hey, we want you to be a character. Done deal. What do I have to say? I am Groot. What?
Yeah, what character?
That's it.
Oh, you're a tree.
So, like, no acting chops required whatsoever, really. Just here you go.
He was probably all on board with not doing work for that. I shouldn't
That's
assume.
probably true.
Maybe Vin Diesel has a really good work ethic. I don't know him personally.
When nuclear bombs were. Well,
Back when we thought we could hide under desks to protect ourselves from
yeah.
nuclear explosions.
The 50s were just a weird flipping time.
It was a different time.
Like my grandma told me about stories, like yeah, they thought we hide under desks and stuff. I said, yeah, something that obliterates cities. Your
Hmm.
desk is gonna cover you.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Man,
Who
the
voices him?
that's a good question. I don't know the answer to it. Let's
You'll need to know it in a trivia match at some point.
probably will. Probably will.
Who voiced Soul Patch Guy in?
I think that is the character name too.
No.
His name is it's Harry Connick Jr.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Dean.
Back in that time frame, Harry Connick was the guy.
Yeah.
Then he did terrible movies, I think, with like Dolphins or something, and they stopped using.
Yeah. Yeah, this actually has like a lot of like TV stars. I mean, a lot. By saying a lot, I mean Harry Connick Jr. and Jennifer Aniston. That's a lot.
Dang, Robert, you just this is a flood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who plays him?
Christopher McDonald.
Gosh.
Star of Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. He looks like he's Kevin Bacon. Like
He
it
does.
looks like a missed spot to get Kevin.
He literally, that character looks like Kevin Bacon. It's the hair,
Exactly.
I think. Like the tall face.
This movie holds up a lot more than a movie around, no, I wouldn't say around the same time, but not too far that I just watched it doesn't hold up as much as I thought it would.
What's that?
The original Spider-Man.
No,
Now, listen, I'm not saying it's bad. I still love it, but like some of the effects, like
I agree.
man. Oh, but I will watch those movies any day.
No, I love the first Spider-Man movie. It's the first Raimi Spider-Man movie. It like introduced. I think that was the first comic book movie I ever saw, and it like hooked me out in superheroes instantly. Like I love that movie. But I also agree with you that like part of it is
Goblin.
It's very early 2000s. We do have a quick question from the live chat, which is after Incredibles 2, should Brad Bird stick to animation or go back to live action?
I think he can do whatever he wants, really.
I think he can do whatever he wants, but I think personally, I would like to see him stick to animation, but not on a pre-existing property. Like I don't want to see Ratatouille 2. I don't want to see Incredibles 3. I don't want to see I don't want to see Iron Giant 2. Like I want to see him do a new original animated movie.
A hot take on the internet wants to see original
right
stuff.
Like I don't want to see Ratatouille
opinion, Robert.
I know, right? I don't want to see Ratatouille 2. I want to see what the next Ratatouille is. Like
I'm with you.
I want to see
like
something new.
I think there are like of course should never be sequels or anything. That's ridiculous. But my whole viewpoint is stuff just needs to realize that it's not worth it. Like it doesn't mean like Toy Story 1 and 2. Yeah, I see those exactly why they happen. I actually see why 3 happened. No offense, Robert. But,
it's okay.
But like, I don't know why Finding Dory had to happen.
I don't either.
I don't see why the Cars movies had to happen. It's just like I think there's some that are really great, like Wreck-It Ralph. I think that if it comes out great, I think that's a smart idea. Like I'm excited for it.
Well, just something that expands the world.
I don't want to see Ratatouille because if you do that again, I just don't think I don't want to see him cook again. Like he already mastered everything. Like you have so many creative people, just do something.
Do something new. Yeah.
But I would actually like to see him do another action movie because I think he's one of the people that does such a good job. I would love to see him like direct a Bond or.
Ooh, I would love a Brad Bird Bond movie. That would be great. I would watch the hell out of that.
Right. This movie teaches a bad message.
What's that?
That if you see a giant robot at one point coming at you, befriend it because you don't know if that thing is going to crush you.
Yeah. I just really like how this whole movie is told from the kid's eyes. Like how he meets this like thing that like he's slightly more intelligent than. I don't know. I just really like the story.
Well, I'll tell you so far, this is a way better Man of Steel movie. So
oh, I agree. This is better than Man of Steel.
Like I don't understand like how delusional people are.
What, people who like Man of Steel?
Like not even that. Like they get upset about your opinion on it. Like like how can you see that? Like as much as I disagree, Man of Steel is still not a good movie like breakdown. Like just look at it. It's terrible to be like not unwatchable, like not Suicide Squad, but not even close to what it should have been.
Honestly, I like Suicide Squad more than Man of Steel.
Robert.
I do. I like Suicide Squad less every time I watch it, but I like it more than Man of Steel.
Like I'm not physically upset in movies a lot, and I didn't expect anything from Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
But it's almost the breakdown, like when I walk out and like who from the director, from the cast, from the I don't care producers, everybody sits back and watches the cut of that movie and looks at each other and be like, "We did a good job."
Oh, totally, it's way off. I think it's a worse put together movie than Man of Steel is.
But no, I'm saying that for the DC in general. Like, who
Yeah.
can walk out of those movies and be like, the whole cast and crew looks at each other and goes, "We did a good job there, guys." Like, you're delusional.
Yeah.
Fans
No,
are delusional too.
Yeah, I think Man of Steel is a better made movie. That's a really low bar. But I like Suicide Squad more. I'll watch it more than I'll watch Man of Steel. And Matt Movies 611, Matt Kearns is in the chat. Love this movie. He says this is his favorite animated movie of all time, and he's gonna leave now.
Did he hear about our Man of Steel?
I don't know. Is that why he left? He heard our Man of Steel debate? Probably.
Well, that like even in Batman vs Superman, even though I fell asleep in the part was that I was so like I thought, okay, now they're on the verge. It's like when Superman looks at Batman and says, "Next time you see that signal, don't answer it."
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, we're about to get something. And they were like, "Oh, cut away."
And then we're going to go to a dream sequence that lasts 25 minutes.
I'm just like, what are we doing? This makes no sense. So when you study for Inner Geekdom, is it hard for you to like watch some of those ones?
Honestly, no. Because I know that even if it's a movie I don't like, even if it's a movie that's awful, something like Catwoman or like Elektra, like these are awful, awful movies that I really don't like, but I still can find some enjoyment in watching them because I know that by watching them, I'm getting knowledge out of them that may help me in trivia matches. Like, it's that kind of thing.
Okay.
So like I watched both Elektra and Catwoman this summer. And like this summer I watched a lot of movies, and I watch a lot of geek movies anyways, but even movies that I don't like or dislike or are bad, I still like don't hate myself for watching them because I know that by watching them I'll get better trivia.
That's fair.
Where is
Intense?
Yeah. I like how he has to line it up perfectly. God, this movie is perfect. I love it. I love everything about this movie. Yeah. I like how he's able to just come back together. Let's go. I love how they're just like sitting in the mayor's office. This FBI guy can just do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Robert, what's your viewpoint? Uh-oh. There he is. Yep, he heard us.
Is that Matt Movie 611? Come to valiantly defend Man of Steel?
Yep, he's defending it. Hey, it's all right.
Is it?
No, not really. Some people really like turds at times. It's not a big deal. No one.
Yeah, I understand.
But hey, you could do a watch along when you take January over for us and give us.
Yeah, the month of May.
You can gladly do Man of Steel because we will not be watching.
No, it's okay. Now, can we talk about the great and smart producers who said Iron Man 2? Now that was good.
Oh, I'm not gonna defend that. I'm not gonna defend.
We're not defending that.
Dark World.
No, honestly, I don't give a shit. Like at this point, I've heard much worse things and much more personal things than what you guys said. It's ineffectual to me at this point. People literally said when I said I like movies like BVS and Man of Steel, they've said to my face, "You don't know shit about movies." They have said these things to me.
No, that's not my thing.
No, I know.
I'll get into an educated debate with anybody any day about anything. I'll play devil's advocate about anything.
So I'm honestly here because I finished what I needed to do, and this is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite movies. It's actually my top 4 films. I just need to grab my DVD real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Malcolm, you need one?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second.
It's all right. I've just got to get it up on Netflix anyway, so it's probably going to take me a little bit as well.
Okay. No worries.
This movie, Transformers ripped off this movie.
That's true.
This is literally a ripoff.
Or this ripped off Transformers because I think the cartoon of Transformers was probably around way before.
No, I'm talking about the 2007 movie. This is literally the scene of Bumblebee in the garage.
Yes. That's accurate.
If it's the scene when the blackout happens, I've seen that comparison multiple times, and it's pretty
this is when the hand's in the house.
So what part are we up to? I know this
is walking through the house. He already got hit by the train.
Because I know this movie, like...
Kent just arrived at the house.
It's scary how much I know this movie, because this was... Yeah. Every kid who grew up with VHSs has a VHS they broke. Yep. My family has 2 copies on VHS because I watched it so much. I broke the VHS, and we had to get another one.
I was telling Robert this. I haven't seen this movie since it came out. I've seen it only one time.
Cody!
I know.
What have you been doing?
What's the time code?
Sorry, you don't get a time code.
20 seconds will be at 31 minutes. Well, 15 now.
So if you want to go to 31 minutes real quick.
Yeah, I will not be able to do that yet because I'm still waiting for the menus. There we go, the menu.
We are on the signature edition, by the way, not the theatrical.
I'm sorry?
We are on the signature edition, not the theatrical.
We don't know if there's much difference. We don't know if
there's that much of a difference.
Because I got the fucking regular old DVD from a couple of years ago. So
what's the runtime?
So let me see. The runtime is 1 hour and 26 minutes.
Okay. Yep. So mine's about 3 minutes longer.
Yep. Well, that's because there's the added scene of the giant's dream, which adds the time on.
Yes.
Okay.
So what's the time code?
Give me a second. 15, and we'll be at 32. So I'll count you in. 10.
Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 32.
All right. So I'll be like a couple of seconds behind you guys, but I know this movie so well. I don't even. It's to the point where like I don't even need to be watching the movie, and I would be able to tell you guys. I know where you guys are.
This is
Chris McDonald. What a great actor.
Yeah,
this is only the second time that I've seen this movie. Full stop.
This is probably the 200th time I've seen this movie.
Oh, this is like the 1 billionth.
I don't think I've seen it as much as Matt, but I've seen this movie.
Kent Mansley. I worked for the government.
See anything?
Of course, at the time, Christopher McDonald was he was doing another Warner Brothers animated project. He was Jor-El on Superman the Animated Series.
The more you know.
This is why it's very important that you really chew your food. The look she gives him is fantastic. I'm not sure if you guys have talked about this, but this is one of the few animated movies where celebrity voices don't stick out. Like Harry Connick Jr., Jennifer Aniston, they all feel like they weren't just put in because they're celebrities. Like they actually really fit with the characters. And Vin Diesel, but you gotta remember, Vin Diesel wasn't a big star at the time. Yeah. His claim to fame was he was one of the troops in Saving Private Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He didn't get his start until Fast and Furious, which
2
was
years after this.
Yeah. Although I'm saying that Jennifer Aniston wasn't that well known, but she was probably more known for Friends, but she wasn't really getting into movies much around this time as well.
Friends was.
Yeah.
I love this. This scene is so good at it presents what the plot is while also foreshadowing the ending.
Which scene are you at? Is he getting into his car?
I'm at the scene where Hogarth's talking to him about the comic books and how he's like Superman.
Oh. Okay. Did we get to that yet? We must have passed that without me noticing. Right now we're in the barn. He's talking to the
he's in the barn and he's talking to.
Oh, yeah. So you're just
okay. I'm just gonna wait a minute. Just tell. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do?
You're just a couple seconds ahead. That's all right.
Yeah. What's the line? What's the line that they just said? Again,
this
I know
guy is Superman. Sure.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Tell me when they start talking about Metallo.
Okay.
Or Atomo, the Metal Menace.
I mean, it must have cost them a lot of money to turn them into CGI for Ready Player One.
Yeah. He just pointed to the Atomo comic. He hasn't said
okay,
anything.
Yep.
Oh,
now
that's
I'm caught up with you guys.
He's not the hero, he's the villain. That just happened.
Yep.
All right, we're on track.
I'm caught up. You're Superman. Like Superman. Oh, God. Even when he says it now.
I'm so confused by all your guys' love, but it's okay.
What?
Well, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just this is almost 20 years of
Cody. It's funny because the same feelings you have for Lion King.
Oh yeah.
I feel that you're feeling for this movie right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think Lion King is a good movie. I've never understood why everyone thinks it's a be-all, end-all of anime movies when Iron Giant exists.
Watch your mouth. It's better than the Avengers. I'll fight tooth and nail.
Oh, I will agree with you on that, Cody. Let's high-five that.
Guys, I voted for Avengers.
You did.
Rob, you're part of the problem, not the solution.
You can't tell me. You cannot say that. The Avengers is not even the best comic book movie, so how can it make sense?
Right down there. No, stop.
Like Robert,
I voted for Lion King.
I voted for Lion King.
That means everybody else in the chat.
67% of you, the rest are lion a-holes, or you
I should have just lied and said that I voted for Lion King too.
And I would have trusted you, Robert, because I trust you at things. But now I know you're a scumbag. And
it's true.
Lord of the Rings are going down next round. I promise you that.
No, we can't do that.
I'm sorry. When I look at some of the movies they beat Lord of the Rings, they come on. What the hell?
Oh no!
I mean,
you're telling me you honestly think Last Crusade is better than Fellowship?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No. By
you have,
miles.
You have an overlove for Fellowship. I don't think Fellowship's the best one. You do.
That's why I was disappointed when Wizard of Oz got taken out.
I hate Wizard of Oz.
What did it lose to? Casablanca?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think Casablanca's a better movie.
I mean, it was a close battle, but yeah, it's one that it was my number one. So.
Wow. Okay, so we can both be angry together.
Who has one of the greatest lines in an anime movie, which I won't spoil, which is coming up in a bit?
The art line?
No. I'm talking about the line about who you are.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's one of the most true lines I've ever heard. Oh my god, this scene with the car coming up is...
Spoiler alert.
And where's it go? No one knows.
He definitely killed somebody by throwing that.
Probably.
It just levels a townhouse or something. This car goes flying through.
There's some poor 1950s family that's, just trying to go to bed. They're like, where the hell did this come from?
They see it flying. They try to hide under their desks. This is not accurate. Wait, this is shot in the 50s. That man would not have a soul patch at this point.
Hey, Dean was ahead of the time.
He would be punched in the face.
Now you have me Googling when did soul patches become in.
Imagine, he goes into the diner and an old man sees him and just straight punches him in the face.
When were soul patches cool? I just gave it the Google.
You just gave it the Google?
It came to prominence in the 1950s and 60s when it was a style of facial hair common among African American men, most notably jazz men.
What? My whole life is a lie. I thought it started with Smash Mouth.
Oh, Soul Patch has its own Wikipedia page. I'm reading that now.
I'm trying to hold on my lunch money. I just do the stupid homework. Everyone else would just do the stupid homework. Coffee?
On Wikipedia, there's a picture of Howie Mandel's Soul Patch.
You are who you choose to be.
I also think, Robert, the other movie that you were deciding between...
the first one or the first one? Or the second?
Both.
Okay.
But the second one,
the animated one?
I think it's super underrated.
Yeah, me too.
What was the other one?
We'll probably save it for another watch along, so I can tell you off air.
We'll wait. Keep it hidden.
It was Lord of the Rings, the Ralph Bakshi version.
It was not. I thought about doing I don't own that, actually. I don't own the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings or Return of the King, but I do own the Rankin Bass Hobbit.
Why do you not own the good Lord of the Rings?
Have not found the animated version.
Yeah, the animated. I actually, despite what people think, I really like the animated version. I think it's really good.
Me too. I just don't know.
I'm pretty sure John Roker said on a recent top 10 that he actually doesn't mind the animated ones either.
I can sit there and listen to Matt ooh and ah for, an hour over Iron Giant. I'm fine with that. I cannot sit on a watch along for 2.5, 3 hours watching Robert Parker ooh and ah over Hobbit.
Yeah, plus those watch alongs have already happened. When we did the charity live stream.
Doesn't mean I don't want to revisit it.
I would revisit the animated Hobbit before revisiting
what he came from, or what the hell he is.
Have you guys, Matt? This is probably a question you can answer. Have you seen The Giant's Dream, the documentary of the making of the Iron Giant?
I have not yet.
Which
is odd. I know. I've seen a lot of stuff, but I've not seen that yet. For the night. Would you guys believe that I'm actually watching this with no sound right now?
Oh, I'm not either. I just have subtitles.
What?
Oh, I don't even have subtitles on. I just know this movie that well.
You are strange.
I watched this movie a lot when I was a kid. No, I'm kidding. I'm watching it with sound on. I asked, would you believe?
Hashtag wrong franchise.
Wrong franchise. Drink.
Just
the moment we
looking
do a
good.
drunk watch along.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Have you not seen our Clone Wars watch along?
No.
You should. The only drunk watch along we've ever done.
I think Kristen wishes that one is erased from history.
But we never will. And we'll show it to Kara when she's of age. So she can see who her parents were before they had her. It's morning now. Dang. How about you don't know me? Get the fuck out of my personal affairs. This is junk. This is art. Where you going? Going out. The sights. Scrap and art. Eat scrap. You currently have in your mouth art. I love that he's just a child. Like, he's just a big child.
The Iron Giant? I feel like that's the epitome of Vin Diesel, though, too.
What?
I mean, once again, I don't know him personally, but I feel like Vin Diesel is also just a big child.
Okay. That.
Matt, Jonathan Peck asks a question in the chat for you. Is Man of Steel good for kids?
Man of Steel isn't good for anybody.
I would suggest watching Man of Steel.
Say probably like
after you take
10,
a bath in acid.
10, 11, probably. I think could probably watch the movie
and
your be
Superman
fine.
Not caring about people.
God. If only it was like Marvel, which is good for 2-year-olds. Because it's just colors and a lot of flashing lights. No, I'm kidding. I like Marvel.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I hate Marvel, which is completely false.
I mean, you just hate good Marvel. Like Daredevil 2003 is your favorite Marvel movie.
That is untrue. That's untrue, Rob. I enjoy that movie. The director's cut, yes.
That's the cut I have on Blu-ray.
That's the only cut they've released on Blu-ray.
I wouldn't own it.
There's a reason why I told Malcolm I needed to be on Rankum on Sunday, to show people that I actually am quite a big fan of Marvel.
It's going to be a flippin' bloodbath.
Are all four of us on? Plus
us four, plus Robert,
Sandy and Brooklyn.
6 of us.
Sandy and Brooklyn. Cody, we got to team up.
It's going to be...
Oh, me and Robert are having a meeting before Rankum just to make sure we're on the same page, which it's actually not hard.
We usually are. On ranking shows, Cody and I almost always are on the exact same page about almost everything.
We had the same worst Marvel movies.
Yeah, we did. That's because Elektra is the worst Marvel movie.
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, Fan 4 Stick I have pretty high, but I understand.
Fan 4 Stick is more watchable than Elektra is.
I don't want to talk to you anymore right now. I wasted a good Saturday night. Fan 4 Stick.
Fan 4 Stick at least has Michael B. Jordan.
If you want to call that it, like, I call it like an hour and 45 minutes of just chatting, and then all of a sudden they want to team and they get their butts kicked and all of a sudden figure out their power.
Yeah.
The last 10 minutes. It's terrible.
Toby Kebbell is actually good as Victor Von Doom. I think Toby Kebbell is a better Victor. I think Toby Kebbell is a better Victor than Julian McMahon.
I'm sorry, what? I don't understand this comment, Jonathan. Think about the children map besides your needs. You asked me a question about the age I thought that a kid could watch Man of Steel.
I would say 10 or 11 is
gave you the answer, 10 or 11. Why the sass, man?
If any older, like, they're probably watching Game of Thrones by then.
I mean, I just think that's the youngest, I think.
Yeah. I just don't think, like, I wouldn't took like an 8 or a 9-year-old to, like, BVS, because that was just rough.
Yeah, I probably, and 10 and 11, I probably wouldn't have them watching BVS, especially the Ultimate Edition, because there is some pretty rough stuff in there.
I also don't think they could sit through that long and boring of a movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, Rob, not like Lord of the Rings.
Not boring. Fantastic.
Okay, you got me.
Yeah. There we go. Discussion over. No. Can we talk about Iron Giant?
Yeah, Iron Giant.
To be a Marvel v DC.
The best.
Matt, this is a good question. Cody and I were talking about it before you guys joined the panel, but would you want to see an Iron Giant 2 at this point?
At this point, considering that 2 years ago I worked on a spec script for Iron Giant, yes. I had Hogarth as an adult. He was a teacher, and Giant came back, and it was pretty good, I thought. I mean, listen. Do I think that we need it? No. But if Brad Bird came out and was like, with Incredibles 2, I have this great idea, this is a story I want to tell, I'd be up to seeing it, you know? Because I'm not one of these people who it's like, if there's a bad sequel, it kills the original. There's no way this movie can be killed for me. Like, it's impossible. It's a movie I throw up on the short list of literally perfect movies. Oh my god, I love this scene. You're right in the middle of the road. Yeah? All right.
Yeah, I mean, if they can come up with a good story to do a sequel for it, then I'll be all for it. But I mean, the other thing is, I don't think they're doing a lot of 2D animation anymore. I don't remember the last 2D animated movie that has been released.
If that is the thing, if it's not 2D animated, I don't want to see it.
Not at all. Google, what was the last 2D animated movie to be released?
I would not want to see it at all.
The what? What was the last what?
2D movie that was released. Like, big wide release. Like, there's a lot of independent anime movies that are 2D.
Yeah, but you've got the, like, anime stuff, but...
Yeah, but that's a different genre.
Yeah, I know.
It sounds like, as far as Disney, it was 2011's Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay.
As far as hand animated, once again, Disney is Oliver and Company from '88.
Yeah, because then it becomes that's
Disney. I mean, this was WB, so
the last drawn was Oliver and Company.
The last hand-drawn animated film that Disney made.
Oh, like solely hand-drawn.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because then there was like computers and some
most of the Renaissance was hand-drawn with some computer animation.
Yeah. Oh man, this moment when I was a child.
The Stampede and Lion King is.
That was 3D.
Yeah.
The Ballroom and Beauty and the Beast, The Cave of Wonders and Aladdin, the stairs in Little Mermaid were all oh no.
The Iron Giant feels the same way as Shrek does.
Looks like the last 2D animated movie might have been Princess and the Frog, according to the Wikipedias.
Quality. Underrated, I will stand by.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good movie. has one of the best villain songs Disney ever made.
Almost there.
Yeah.
No, we're on the other side.
Villain.
I got friends.
Oh, the other side is
so
creepy but good.
Oh man.
I should own that movie. I don't know why I don't. I'm adding it to my want list.
Cute.
The what movie?
Princess and Frog.
Oh yeah.
This scene. We talk about souls. I just love this movie so much. Like it's, and I haven't seen it in a few months, but it's so good.
The good thing is, like, it's a relatively quick watch too. Like, it's only 90 minutes. It's less than 90 minutes. Like,
well,
that's what
when
I
you look
felt
at a lot of
about
anime movies, it's pretty much the general runtime because they are meant for not kids, for families. They're meant to be
with the Switch.
From this era, maybe, but not modern.
Well, yeah, from this era, modern
ones
are
nothing.
You look at something like Coco or even Incredibles.
Yeah,
those are all.
I kind of miss because the thing is I think Iron Giant is a perfect example of it's 90 minutes, but you can fit so much story in there, so many great characters, and you don't feel cheated. Like, oh, if it was 2 hours, it would be so much better. Yeah, there's just actually short running times, especially for me like this, it's so much better. Yeah, I think if it was 2 hours, that would mean all the opening stuff before he knew the giant was, him and the giant became friends would. So this scene, when I was a kid, I didn't quite understand what was happening. I thought it actually was a dream. But as I've gotten older, and learned what chloroform was, I learned it was real.
Yeah, the top 3 highest grossing animated movies of all time are Frozen, Incredibles 2, and Minions.
This one is not on there because this movie performed horribly at the box office because Warner Bros. Did not market.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit at the start.
What a shame.
But I mean, actually, of those 3, Frozen is like 1:50, Minions is 1:30, Incredibles 2 is 2:05. Like, those aren't ridiculous run times.
Yeah. I just think
pass Frozen, or was it domestic box office total?
I was on Wikipedia, and that wasn't like adjusted for inflation. That wasn't. I think that was just total.
You could protect.
That might have been domestic.
My mom.
But I just learned something that Robert voted for Avengers, so that means the reason why he wasn't on the Watchalong.
You can't do that.
Is for his disrespectful. He doesn't like The Lion King.
I love The Lion King. It's in my top 5 favorite animated movies of all time. I love.
Oh, it's because you weren't born during that time. I bet if it was Treasure Planet, you would have showed up.
Not against Avengers.
No, I meant show up to the Watchalong.
Oh, that. I'll take that. I deserve that.
So this moment right here, I always thought this was a dream, but then I was like, oh no, he just chloroforms them. Okay. Which I was a stupid kid because when you think about it,
I will still say this: this character was a miscast. They should have done Kevin Bacon. Nope.
Or Kent Mansley.
Yeah.
Kent Mansley, a work for the government. I'm sorry, I cannot imagine anyone else playing this role.
He is designed as.
So a moment coming up here that'll point as the reason why a scene that I'll talk about was deleted early on in the film when we get to the shot.
For everybody watching the watch-along, don't drug kids.
Okay, so this shot right there of the frame picture, that's Hogarth's dad. And there was a scene earlier on in the film that pretty much referenced the fact that Hogarth's dad passed away fairly recently. Because Brad Bird felt like he needed there to be a scene where they talk about where's his dad. But then he screened a cut of the film with that scene not in it. And everyone pretty much understood from that frame picture and from the helmet that, oh, Hogarth's dad passed away on a flight mission or whatever. And so it was like, oh, so we don't need this scene of explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen a fan theory out there that Hogarth's dad is actually reincarnated in the Iron Giant.
I have seen that too. It's interesting. I don't really get into that. But, Army.
That's absolutely terrifying. I am not okay with that. That's very creepy. I don't like how he crossed his legs.
I just have to ask, what's happening right now on your screen, Rob? Is the Army pulling up to the junkyard?
No.
No, we just got him watching across.
Oh, okay. See, I'm way ahead of you guys because you had Giant's Dream.
Yeah, we had Giant's Dream.
Yeah, so let me know when the Army rolls up to the junkyard.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew that Giant's Dream was coming up.
Yeah, we right before you asked that, we saw the picture of his dad.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. Well, you guys got a pre-explanation.
I've just thought of another 2D animated that was released recently in theaters, and that was the My Little Pony movie that came out in 2017.
Yeah.
Does that even count?
I mean, it may be computer animated, but still 2D animated.
I just don't consider that a movie.
Yeah. I mean, with Warner Brothers, I think the only 2D animators that have come across are their DVD Justice League, Batman, superhero movies is the only ones that...
It's rolling in just a second. It's rolling up now.
Okay. Okay, tell me right after Ken says the Metal Man.
The giant thing, the Metal Man.
Okay, there we go. Now we're caught up. Attack. The umbilical. There he is. No.
That's intense. He just got fired for that.
Well, yeah. I do now. Bye, Kent. I'm not a Tom. I'm Superman. Hey, what's the matter?
This is intense.
Oh, God.
I not gun.
You almost did that to Hogarth. Oh, God, man.
Learn some tack, Soul Patch Man. What the crap?
Like, this is not a joke. This movie is on, and when we get to the end, you might even see it. This movie is on the list of movies I've cried at. And I'm not talking about when I was a kid. I'm talking about, like, I'm an adult and I've cried at this movie.
It's okay. When Mufasa passes away, I still cry, so it's okay.
Cody approves.
Yep.
The other thing I like about this movie is this was when Warner Brothers finally stopped trying to be Disney in their animation, and they just had their own style.
Yeah, they really did their own thing.
And I really like that because I really like the style of this movie. And I don't think it would work in a wannabe Disney style like Quest for Camelot the year earlier.
Absolutely.
Oh, no. '50s motorcycle. Yeah, that's not driving down that snow path. Sorry.
That's probably true. That part is probably true.
Sweet mother of God.
Not a gun.
I'm guessing you're going to have to be.
And now the army is just gonna like try to blow the crap out of him.
Like when you don't understand something, just shoot it.
Just
Yep.
That's the American way.
Hey, man. Not there.
The thing I like about this movie is everything that happens in this ending you could see in War of the Worlds, Earth versus the Flying Saucers, like so many 1950s sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
Best snow tires in the business in the 50s. Yep, get the jets out. Thanks, sir. I love every government figure is always like that in the back, like, Mr. President, we got an issue. Like, no sense of urgency.
Does anyone just have a joke? Or, Mr. President, we have some nice news for you. It's sunny out. It's always an issue with you people.
Oh, that's gonna stink. Yeah, it's so crazy. I haven't seen this movie in so long. Like, I'm not sure what happens.
It's so good, though.
It's
It
so
is.
good.
Really is.
Like Superman. I actually saw this movie before I knew who Superman was.
Me too. Absolutely, I did.
I was probably introduced to Superman a little bit after this. Which is funny, I'm actually writing a paper about Superman in my U.S. Sculptures class this semester.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I'm writing a paper on Superman and his effect on the Great Depression culture when it was introduced in the 30s. He was a positive form of entertainment in that time.
That is true. Because didn't the original, like, OG Superman TV show happen, like...
It happened, the original with George Reeves happened in the 1950s. The serials with the actor's name I forget started in the 40s.
40s, yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually, in that series, he didn't wear red, white, and blue. He actually wore red and brown because it looked better on film. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I mean, one thing I never realised until it came up in a quiz was that Wonder Woman was created by the person who invented the lie detector.
Yep, they made a whole movie about that.
I did not know that.
I mean, this movie was... I saw this before Star Wars. This
me
was
too.
one of the first movies I ever saw.
Me too. Absolutely, me too.
And that's why so much, like, I remember so much of it.
It's
I could
Doc. Be careful.
Iron Giant is the first, like, toy I ever remember having. Like,
was it the one that came with the VHS? I had that one as well.
Yeah.
I had that toy as well.
That's like the first toy I ever remember having.
This is the first movie that I ever remember, really. Even before some of the Disney stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It pleases me that it holds up as well as it does. You know?
Yeah.
If the animated Oscar was around when this was released, do we think it would have won Best Animated that year?
Probably not, because one, Toy Story 2 came out, and also this movie did horrible at the box office.
Yeah, this movie, we looked up at the start of the
bombed.
The production budget was around $50 million, and domestically it made about $27 million.
But box office means nothing to the Oscars. I would have just said overall, Disney would probably still own the
Yeah.
Oscars.
Especially at that time, Disney still would have owned. Which personally, I love Toy Story 2, but this is
better.
miles better.
Hot take.
I mean, yeah, it's a hot take, but it's like, you know, there was only 3 movies I think are better than this, and that's Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Empire Strikes Back.
Wow. It's intense. It's
number 4 on my list of my top 50.
Wow.
It's not just my favorite anime movie, it's one of my favorite movies.
3 of the Lord of the Rings made it on my top 10.
Good. Mine too. Fellowship is
even
1.
Though you're hating for
is 3, and Two Towers is 6.
Everybody get under your desks.
Yeah.
Like the chipmunk says. Hands on your head, get low to the ground.
One of my favorite animated movies of all time is actually the Brave Little Toaster movie.
That's a great movie.
That's a good movie.
Choose to be. You choose. You choose.
Oh, that movie was 99 as well. Another big movie that was out in 99, which would have probably given Toy Story 2 and Iron Giant a run for money, is Tarzan.
Yes.
Yeah, Tarzan is the first movie I ever saw in theaters when I was less than 1 year old. I don't remember a damn thing about it, but according to my parents, it's the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
Guys, Tarzan is fantastically musically, but the story is not that strong. I will stand by that.
Yeah.
I will stand by that till the end of time. I love the music. I just don't think the story is as great.
Got to.
There's also Fantasia 2000.
Yeah, Fantasia 2000.
I didn't smoke back then. No, I'm just kidding.
Mad Mansley.
Right, there's the animated Titanic movie.
Launch the missile! That missile is aimed to hit the giant, Mansley. Where's the giant? Where's the giant, Mansley? We could duck and cover. No. Survive this? I hear for our country. Screw our country. I want to live. What a punk ass.
True, Mansley.
Still should have been Kevin.
Stays there like a good soldier.
I see what's coming. Like, what town are they in? Like, how do they have a full army? Like
I mean,
Navy crew.
Does it ever say Kearns? I don't think so.
It does. It's there is a shot of the sign of the town. It is a port town. Like it's I think it's in Maine, so it's not too far off that battleships will be able to be there.
I knew it was like the New England area somewhere.
Yeah, it's in Maine. Oh God. No following. I love you.
I love you too, friends.
Yeah, you're a great guy.
This is awkward. This got weird.
Oh God,
This is Tony Stark in the Avengers.
I'm not even.
Oh, and it got voted over the ranking. Cool. It was a copy. You can like shot it or something.
Oh my god. Oh god. Well, can we just put this on private? Because I just cried on a reaction.
Nope. We are putting it out.
So we are going to be able to keep that.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean,
just in by the rest of the Take 3 members have approved for this to stay on record. Okay, well, cool.
I mean, if we keep the moments that Chris Clark gets angry and gets upset on a reaction, they're keeping this one. So
I mean,
we also have him stripping.
I mean, this is just. I wasn't even watching the full movie with you guys. This is just what this movie means to me, and that moment is just. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. All right. Lord of the Rings sucks. I don't know. Rob. Rockwell. I knew it was in Maine. I remembered that. It was the only piece they found.
I miss you too, buddy.
I feel bad for Rob right now because he's not listening to this with sound. He doesn't get to listen to the fantastic music in this end scene.
Composed by? You know who did it?
Campbell.
Michael Kamen. Same guy who did X-Men.
And you and me already talked about how fantastic that score is. You can find it on the Movie Fandom show. That score, X-Men score, is amazing.
Yeah, he did this, and then the year after, he did X-Men.
Yeah. Oh, man, he had a great year back-to-back.
Yeah.
Because this is a great score.
Yep.
I would have guessed Hans Zimmer. Because he's my go-to when I guess scores and soundtrack.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer's a good guess. He didn't get, like, really huge until the mid-2000s.
Until around like Gladiator.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Do you want to know what his most underrated score is? It came out in 94. It's called The Lion King.
That's true. He did win an Oscar in 94. I don't know why I say he got big in the 2000s.
I was like, Gladiator, get out of my face.
He did win an Oscar for The Lion
King.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Sweet. Well, thank you all very much for joining on this watch along, both to my panelists and my co-host and everybody who was watching in chat and anybody who's going to go back and watch this along with us later. Thank you for watching. This is a movie that means a lot to Matt Kearns, obviously, and also this is just a great animated film that is one of the few that people still talk about as like a perfect film that is not Disney or Pixar. So it's good to visit those every once in a while. I'll wrap up and do final thoughts real quick before we go to plugs. I'll start with Cody, my original co-host. You said you haven't seen this movie in quite a while. What did you think upon rewatching?
I think it's an underrated animated movie. Again, my go-tos are pretty much animated. I will always seek them out if they are good. And this one did not disappoint. Would I say it's probably in my top 5 of non-Disney? Maybe not quite yet, but I think with more rewatches, it can definitely get there. And if I just, watched it like solo, just on screen, without chatting, I think I would, gained a lot more. But yeah, I think it just shows what Brad Bird can do as a director, and he should get more projects. Absolutely. But yeah, fantastic movie. And better than Man of Steel. So
yeah, definitely better than Man of Steel.
Yes, I would agree with you on that.
And Matt, since you're talking, I know you came in a little bit partway through the Watchalong, but obviously it's one of your favorite movies of all time. You want to give some final thoughts on
It really is. It is better than any Disney movie, better than any Pixar movie. It's better than a lot of movies I've seen. It's a movie that, as you clearly saw, I'm 21. I wasn't even watching this movie the whole way through, and that ending still chokes me up because I care so much about these characters and about this story. And it's a movie that if I never saw, I'm not sitting here with you guys now probably, because it shaped who I was when I was a kid. For the longest time, it was the only movie I watched. And I just have a real, as stupid as it is to have a real deep personal connection with this movie. And Cody, I would suggest, I would suggest for you to just, on a lazy day to watch this without, talking about Marvel v DC or Lord of the Rings or this. Just watch it on its own, because I think you will come to find that it's a great, well-written movie that has a lot of heart to it. Yeah.
Certainly, yeah. And Malcolm, our other panelist that joined partway through, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, this second time I've seen this movie ever. The first time also being this year. But yeah, I mean, it's a good movie. I mean, whether or not it makes a top 10 list of animated movies, I don't know if it does that for me, because I think at 30, I'm probably a little bit too old to appreciate it as if I saw it when I was back for the first time as a kid. So, I mean, but that's just me. But I mean, it's a good movie, and it's good to revisit. One of the inspirations that for a cameo in Ready Player One. So
that's all it was good for.
Absolutely, that is the takeaway here today. That is the intended takeaway, and I'll just echo these three as well. This is similar to Matt. This is one of the first movies that I ever saw. This is one of the first movies I was ever obsessed with, and a very important part in instilling my love of storytelling and my love of movies. So I enjoy this. I probably have not seen it billions of times like Matt, but I do really, really, really enjoy this movie. Let's go to plugs real quick, and then we'll head out. Once again, thanks everybody for watching. Cody, you want to go first?
Sure. You can find me at Cody Newberry on Facebook. You can find me here on Wednesdays. Next week we are doing Superbad with Linus. Hopefully he can show up. He had to work, so things come up. We all understand. And then the week after, I think I've decided, because I will be going next, and I think I'm going to do Spider-Man, the original Sam Raimi. So I'm interested to revisit that and see if it still holds up or what everybody feels on it. And you can find me tomorrow on Late Night with Take 3 with Brooklyn Show, the podcast, as I defend my speed round debate. And please, everyone, check out Sunday night of Rankum, which Malcolm will pitch anyways. But all four of us, including Brooklyn and Sandy, will be on. And if you thought TV theme songs was bad, you probably haven't seen anything yet.
Marvel Heroes is what the topic is.
So, yeah.
But Matt, you want to go next?
You guys, as always, can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, MattMovie611 on YouTube, and right here, co-hosting Rhyme and Reason with Sandy Robinson. Episodes drop every Saturday. New episode coming up is on our top 5 sports movies. I will as well be on Late Night tomorrow to talk about why the Creed 2 trailer is looking like it is the Rocky 4 sequel I never knew I wanted, and I'm so freaking pumped. And also, my roommate and his friends may read the news. Who knows? You can also find me as possibly the last time I can say it on Saturday is the intermediate, or Monday, I mean. What are you talking about? When we don't record the Summit on Saturdays, as the intermediate host of the Summit, that Schmodown shows. All right, go to someone else.
And I did accidentally spoil the Rankum topic for this week, but Malcolm, where can people find you?
Yeah, I can't believe Cody forgot a most important plug. You can find us dropping later this week is mine and him competing against Brooklyn and Harley in a Schmodown Trivia Schmodown match, and that drops this week. And you can also find all of us on Rankum along with two stragglers on Sunday night, and you can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Stardust, Letterboxd at Malcor.
Perfect. And me personally, you can find on Twitter and Letterboxd at RBRTPRKR98. That's my first and last name, no vowels plus a year. You can find me on the weekly podcast I do with Zach Ford called Fireside Chit Chat, where we talk about movies, music, and other pop culture nonsense. You can find that everywhere podcasts can be found. Once again, Fireside Chit Chat. And, of course, you can find me here on Take 3 with Cody and Linus every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we pick a movie and we watch it along with you guys live in the chat. We are hopefully going to be doing Linus's pick of Superbad next week, a week from today at 8 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, you can see me and these jokers on Sunday on Rankum. So, on behalf of Cody, and Take 3 Productions, I'm sorry. You can find us everywhere at Take 3 Video. That's and obviously Take 3 Productions on Facebook. I can host, I promise. Plus, don't fire me.
That's okay.
But on behalf of Cody, Malcolm, Matt, myself, and Take 3 Productions, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.